This year, we have 2 recipients. The first is Edna M. Conway. Congratulations, Edna. Edna Conway, Barnard class of 1979. On the occasion of your 40th Barnard reunion, we hail your expertise in the tech industry and join to honor your many achievements. After Barnard, you earned your JD from the University of Virginia, practiced law with an international firm, and served as an assistant attorney general for the state of New Hampshire. You then started at Cisco Systems, the $50 billion Silicon Valley technology giant, during a time of unprecedented change. Today, you are the Chief Security Officer for Cisco's global value chain, where you built new organizations that deliver cybersecurity, compliance, risk management, and sustainability. It's a perfect partnership for our new chair of computer science, who does privacy as well. I couldn't help but put that in. You've testified before the U.S. Presidential Commission on Enhanced National Cybersecurity. You drafted the North Atlantic Treaty Organization's Directive on Cyber Defense, and you were recently appointed to the Executive Committee of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security's Information and Communications Technology Supply Chain Risk Management Task Force. And your wisdom in this regard has been featured in Forbes, Fortune, Bloomberg, The Washington Post, The Wall Street Journal, and more. In addition to your inclusion in Fortune's most powerful women community, you serve on countless boards and have received countless industry awards. A Federal 100 Award, Stevie Award for Maverick of the Year, New Hampshire Tech Professional of 2018, the list goes on. And perhaps closest to our heart is the fact that you've shown unwavering support for women in business, mentoring aspiring women leaders, and driving Cisco's Girls Power Tech program. Today, it is a pleasure to celebrate your milestone 40th reunion and to thank you for your contributions to the world of tech and cybersecurity and women succeeding in those areas. Congratulations on the 2019 Distinguished Alumna Award.
So I had some things written and I'm going to blow them away. A couple things that I wanted to note to you. I've been watching, I'm a keen observer of humans. And we span multiple generations here, and we've had some who have come up with this. We've had some who have come up with this, and I have both. And I think I'm a big fan of using both sides of your brain, and I learned that at Barnard. For those of you who had the privilege of listening to President Bylock earlier today, she talked about the fact that what we need to do more of, and already have been doing, is spending time thinking about the way we educate our students here at Barnard and send them off in the world to do some amazing things that I am privileged to be among those who have come through these doors. But there's something that's really unique here. And I guess what I wanted to say was this: there really are no words to thank Barnard for the honor of both this award, but for the privilege of having been here. I am a terrible introvert, I will tell you this. And sitting in the audience is the woman who nominated me. And I can't talk about her without doing this. 44 years ago, I walked into a dorm room and met Joy Schneer, and she is Dr. Joy Schneer, and I am more proud of her PhD than I am of my JD. That's what Barnard makes, lifetime friendships. But more importantly, on this, my 40th reunion, I am just home. Barnard was home. It was always home, and it's still home. A home, really, that provided me with the foundation to allow me to actually forge ahead and do things that are unknown and unfathomable, and quite frankly, that I never would have anticipated. So right now, I am very excited about working on the utilization of derived polynomial expressions and the logic of chips, because No, this is true. You got to get excited about this. So think about it. We live in a digital world. We experience the digital world through digital devices, right? The heartbeat of the digital device is the printed circuit board assembly, and the brain of the printed circuit board assembly is the chip. If we can make chips smarter and, more importantly, embed privacy and security within them, we will enable ourselves to experience the wonders and the potential of the digital world in a way that secures all of us. My undergraduate degree is in medieval and Renaissance literature. That's what Barnard does for us. So I'm going to leave you with a couple of things. Barnard instilled in me the value of being a woman of honor and integrity, one who trusts in others, one who really trusts in her own power to make change happen. And we've had plenty of remarkable examples to all of you. I am humbled to even be on this stage after you, and for the one who is yet to come. I think at Barnard, what I learned, though, was a deep respect for global differences, and never thought about how that would serve me. And when you've sat before NATO, and you're trying to write a directive for them, and just having the NATO countries agree on anything is a miracle, but you are the woman in the room, and you might have a cryptographic expert from, well, let's say Germany, which is just a powerhouse of cryptography, and you look at them and say, well, I'd love to chat with you after dinner about Celtic mythology, because I'm really interested in that. It teaches you that global differences are nothing. What they are is an example of that at our core, we are all humans. And that I learned at Barnard. And I think, Leslie, you said something really interesting, which was you had a son who was very encouraging about, if you're going to get this award, this is the place to get it. This is what I want to leave you with, and I had no plans to do this, but so my maiden name is Pizzoni. Yeah, sono italiana. My parents were from Italy, and I too was a first-generation college and graduate school attendee. And I went to all-girls Catholic schools for grammar school, high school, and I chose to come to Barnard. And then God gave me a son. So, here's what I think we can do and add to it, and you've clearly done it. My son is a polymer chemist. And this had something to do with my husband as well. The boy who I went to the prom with. So, he has known Joy before she was Dr. Schneer, as long as have I. And I have had the privilege of knowing her sainted spouse, who is also a Columbia alum, and then went on to the College of Physicians and Surgeons. But my son posted something on social media, and I had to wait until, I don't know whether this was on purpose, but we seem to be getting older as the awards go on, so I'm class of 79. But I have always used social media very judiciously as both an introvert and aware of the fact that when I speak, I represent a very large multinational. I have never put anything personal up anywhere. And I broke that rule a couple of weeks ago. And I broke that rule because my son, in response to what he saw as the burgeoning growth of laws that were unacceptable, wrote something that, please indulge me, I'm going to read you, and I read to Joy earlier. So he wrote this. I have to make it bigger, sorry. Can't put it in. If you need to get birth control and are nervous about walking through the groups of protesters, I will gladly walk with you and fend them off. If you are nervous about going to an abortion clinic, I will walk with you and keep them away from you. If you need to stay overnight or travel out of state for a procedure, I will help you and stay with you. I mean this. I seriously mean this, because no woman should ever have to feel even more terrified and alone than they already do when making one of the biggest decisions of their life. This is not about me. It's about the right to control your life and body. It is about keeping people safe and making sure that they know they are loved no matter what. Here's what we can do. We can make men like that.